3、2、1。
Welcome back to the Mike Check Podcast. This is T-Word, the People's Champ. Today we're talking about Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo in their undisputed versus undisputed fight happening Saturday, September 30th. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate that. All right, so let's get into it. Now that the weigh-in is over, we're going to do a quick analysis on how this fight could potentially play out. And then later we're going to come back with a preview video and a prediction video with myself and Quinton Lilley. All right, so here's my observations about how this fight can potentially play out, short of giving you a prediction. The main thing I was looking for and waiting for the weigh-in is I wanted to see how Jermell Charlo used the time given. It's been about 3 months since the announcement to fill out his body in a way that he would fit in at 168 pounds. Keep in mind, he's coming in from 154, but we also have to understand he's roughly 5'10", 5'11". So typically he's cutting a significant amount of weight in order to make 154, and he's done so seemingly without much trouble. On the flip side, Canelo Alvarez has worked his way up from the ranks as low as 147 pounds, and now he's up at 168, and he's the undisputed champion at the weight class. He's taken every opportunity to fill himself out and even gone as high as 175 pounds. What I thought initially was that Charlo would come in around whatever the minimum requirement was. If it was 164, he'd be that. If it was 165, he'd probably come in there. He actually came in at 167.4, and Canelo did the same. What I think might happen is that instead of, kind of rehydrating to some degree, I think Jermell might actually drain a little bit more weight off, because he spoke about maintaining speed and mobility, because those are things that have typically given Canelo trouble. Something else is a consistent, steady jab that comes with good foot movement, and you need to have stamina and endurance. If you're coming in over a considerable weight for yourself, you could potentially ruin your opportunity to use those skills to your advantage. So for Charlo, 167 seems like it might be a little heavy, but I don't know where he started. If he started at 200 pounds, coming down to 167 over the last 3.5 months or so might be perfect for him. Canelo did look like he had a good opportunity to have a really good camp this time. The last couple of fights, he didn't exactly, from a physique standpoint, look like we've seen him at his best at 168. Like, think about the Caleb Plant fight and Canelo at the weigh-in. That dude looked jacked and chiseled in particular fight. So I think he's coming in ready. I think he believes Charlo to be more dangerous than people are giving him credit for, because he can outbox him, and he's not getting the credits on the scorecards like he used to. So when you put those factors into play, Canelo took it very seriously. He came in ready to go. Some things that also concerned me leading up to this fight was the lack of banter from Jermell Charlo, someone who's very emotional. They often tell you don't fight off emotion, but he's someone who's been successful in doing so. And I thought that he was very subdued throughout this whole process, and a lot of people took it as him showing too much respect. I think he understands the magnitude of trying to beat Canelo Alvarez 2 weight classes up, and he's taking that time to focus on getting ready for the fight and not try to come up with witty barbs to throw back and forth with somebody who doesn't even speak that great of English. So from just the mental warfare perspective, I give it a push. Canelo's been there, so he's not worried about anything. He's a defending undisputed champion at 168, and Charlo is a defending undisputed champion at 154. So neither of them feels unnecessary pressure, because they've succeeded at the highest level in their preferred weight class. Now, technically, I think Jermell Charlo overall is a better boxer, and what I mean by that is he's more well-rounded than Canelo, especially at this point in their career. They're the same age, but Charlo still has his agility, he still has his power, his head movement is still there. Whether he uses it or not is something different. That's fight IQ and ring IQ, but physical abilities, I give him the advantage. Ring IQ is very specifically pointed in favor of Canelo Alvarez, because while his body has begun to slow down because he's been in so many fights, well over 62 fights, mentally he's trained to handle all these different things that are thrown at him. And that's going to pay off against a guy like Charlo, who can fight off emotion, and sometimes it can lead him to make decisions trying to get a knockout or trying to be flashy when he just needs to be consistent and he doesn't listen to his corner, and bad things can happen for him. He'll get caught on the ropes. He'll give up very clear advantages in order to try and take a shot at something, take a risk. And sometimes you need to be a risk taker, but this isn't like Charlo versus Harrison where there's a superior boxer, like just superior boxing skills. This is a matter of, if Canelo catches you, can your chin hold up? And we just don't know that. Jamel's been rocked by smaller fighters. So when a big heavy puncher like Canelo, who loads up on his shots, if he can get leverage on the big overhand right, might be night for Jamel. And it could be relatively early because he took a chance that was unnecessary, as I alluded to earlier. So when you start to put all the different dynamics that are available for each fighter in this fight, you can see a potential outcome both ways. Now, probabilities lean Canelo. He's already acclimated to the weight class. He's known as the bigger puncher. He's got a beard. You've rarely, if ever, seen Canelo get rocked. We've seen Jamel get rocked by smaller people. So when you start to put those things into play, you have to go, 65-35, 60-40 favoring Canelo. And then the odds makers have agreed. Canelo's like a plus 200 something favorite. Excuse me, a minus 2 something favorite. Charlo by decision is plus 460. Charlo by knockout is plus 900. So that tells you they just don't see him winning this fight. But that doesn't mean, because the bookmakers think that's how it's going to play out. Charlo could come with the perfect game plan. You can trust Juan Guzman is getting him ready and keeping him agile and ready and fight focused. But at the same time, this is Canelo's home turf, so to speak, and it's Vegas. You just don't see the cards leaning Jamel's way. He's going to have to really either put Canelo down somehow or just beat him up like Bivol did. So this is going to be a very interesting boxing event, and the undercard is ridiculous. We're going to have a separate video on that, but man, it's amazing undercard. Even the stuff that's going to be on YouTube is good. So you guys definitely should tune in, spend the $85, get the big fight, make it a party, man. Enjoy yourself and have a great weekend in September, day before my birthday. But hey, what do you guys think about this fight? What do you predict as the outcome? Be sure to tune in for me and Q's prediction video. But this has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.